The hand on my heart and take a nice deep breath. And release with a sigh. Woo! And I'm going to do that again. Make a sound, girls. Take a deep breath in. And woo! Let it all go. Woo! And one more time. Take a deep breath in. And let it all go. Woo! Here we are. It is Monday. The best time of the week to get clear on what we want to see happening this week. So for this intention, I'm going to randomly pick some goddesses that pop up on my screen right now. And you're going to give me your word. Okay. I want one word of what do you desire to see unfolding this week. Okay. And I'm going to start out with Caroline C. I'm going to unmute you and I would love to hear your word, Caroline. What is it for this week? Please. I've unmuted you. I've asked you to unmute. I'm going to do it again, Caroline. So, and then the next one I'm going to ask, there we go. Caroline, what's your word?
My word is peace.
Peace. I love it. Yes, yes, yes. Tons of peace. Thank you, Caroline. What about Karen and Auda? What's your word? What's the word that's coming through? Yes, you're on. We can't hear you, so you're going to have to tap it in the chat. On we move. Tina Matthews, how about you? Oh, say it again, Karen.
Accept.
Acceptance. Yes. And then what about you, Tina?
Expansion.
Expansion. Yes. I'm in for that. Okay, I'm going for one more. How about Anna-Marie? Can you tell me your word?
Good morning. Toveren. Toveren.
Over.
Magic.
Magic, yes.
Magic.
Magic. Cool. That feels really good. Are you all happy with those words? Yeah, if you're happy, raise up your arms. Pretend we're already there. Yes, yes, come on. I can see Camilita. Come on, raise up your arms. There we go. Yolanda, expand. Come on. Let's take those breaths and take our physiology to where we want our psychology to be, which is expansion, it's peace, it's acceptance, and it's magic. And we breathe it in, stretch out even more, open up that heart. Yes, 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 yes. I'm going to let all the goddesses in. And we're going to say, even if I don't know how to create peace, expansion, acceptance, and magic within me and all around me, all I do know is it is so now. And I am fulfilled. I delete all that could stop me. And I download everything I need to do so now with grace and ease and joy. Thank you. So it is, so it shall be, or something even better. One more breath. Ooh, let it go. And here we are. So now, honestly, the only question is, what is stopping us? What is blocking us right now from receiving and being all of that? Peace, acceptance, expansion, and magic. What is it? How do we find out? We tune into our bodies, right? So as we tune into our bodies and just notice where our body is in this moment right now, notice which parts of your body are connected to the earth. That means something physical. You're either sitting on something, or you're lying on something, or you're standing on something. Notice those different parts of the body that are connected to the earth. Take a breath. And then ask those parts of your body to give you the feelings that are kind of the block, the sabotage, the thing that's stopping you from being in that expansive, accepting, peaceful, and magic state. And what's the first feeling that comes up? Give it a name. We've all learned lots of names for feelings. What's the first feeling that comes up? Write it down. I am writing down insecurity. Okay. I'm just noticing there's some kind of insecurity there. I wonder what that is. Have fun. Okay. So did you want to tell me your words? I'm going to check the chat because that might be easier. We've got clarity going on. And Sabrina's saying, every day I discover in me the magic of feeling. Okay, now we're getting the feelings. We're feeling also, I get some insecurities, some fear, some joy, some greatness, some dependence, some anger, the fear of being laughed at, excitement, acceptance. So there are all these different feelings. Let's imagine, because we're all one vortex right now, we're one circle, right? This golden circle. Let's just imagine that in the middle of our circle, we have this epic campfire. Okay, let's light that fire. We're going to get in the wood, dry, beautiful wood. We're going to get in the little twigs. Okay, and we're going to set some stones around it to keep the fire safe. Let's imagine. Okay, maybe a little bit of sand. That's nice too. Maybe a few herbs. Let's toss in some herbs and some flowers and some beautiful parts of nature into this fire that we're devoting to the fire. We're giving it up for the fire, okay? And then as we notice all these emotions that are going on in our circle, they're from all parts of the spectrum, let's inside of us say the following mantra. And while we say this mantra, we're going to do this mudra with our hands. Okay, so we're going to start taking the thumbs and the index fingers together. Wait a minute, let me spotlight myself so you can see what I'm doing. Spotlighting. So we're going to do this beautiful peace mantra where we start with thumbs and index fingers going together. Then we move on to thumbs and middle fingers. Then we move on to thumbs and ring finger. And then we move on to little finger and thumb. Okay, so we're just going to do this movement, and the mantra we're going to repeat while we just accept and notice everything that is and feel great appreciation for that is the following. Simple. Peace begins with me. Okay, peace begins with me. Now let's breathe together. Okay, let's anchor it and synchronize it with our breath, starting with thumb and index finger. Peace. Next one, begins. Next one, with. Next one, me. Now in your own breath and your own rhythm, repeat this mantra, moving down your fingertips, saying, peace begins with me. That's right. I'm going to let the last goddesses in. It's 10 past. Peace begins with me. 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 One more time. Peace begins with me. You can go on repeating this mantra, moving down your fingertips while you in your mind go to that most peaceful place inside. Notice that peaceful place. I call it my sanctuary, my inner sanctuary. And for me, it looks like this beautiful, magical chamber with these epic Gothic style windows that open up to the universe. I can see out into what looks like a beautiful night sky. I see all the twinkling stars and the planets. I notice all the light around me and inside of me. And then I notice that seed of peace, that little seedling of peace. And as I notice that seedling of peace, I bless it with my attention, knowing that with every breath that I take, I am feeding that seedling. I am nurturing that seedling of peace. And as I nurture that seedling of peace with my attention, I notice that stream of love flowing straight from the center of my heart to that seedling of peace, connecting it and engulfing it in light. And now with my next 3 breaths, I will encourage and support and honor and appreciate that seedling of peace. And then as I repeat the mantra inside of me, peace begins with me. I notice how the seedling is starting to sprout and grow and thrive. And I can almost imagine it blossoming into this beautiful lotus flower with its pink, subtle petals, gently unfolding, expanding into the full blossom. For I know that my mission and purpose in life is to blossom and thrive, to open my heart, to let it flow, that love through it freely at all times, yes, and to allow peace to reign within me and around me, as I know that I am a full-time blessing. Yes, affirm it to yourself. I am a full-time blessing. Yes, and I bless myself with this peace. I bless all those around me with this peace. May peace and acceptance and expansion and magic prevail in my life as I choose to feel safe. I choose to feel happy. I choose to feel healthy. And I choose to live life with ease. Yes, I expand into love. I expand into joy. I expand into peace. I expand into abundance. I expand into freedom. I expand into healthy, loving, supportive, inspiring, and nurturing relationships as I inspire all those around me to do the same. For I am peace. Yes, peace is what I know. And then in your own time, as you bless the sanctuary of your heart, and you bless the universe and all that love all around you, gently come back into the here and now, taking that deep, gentle, nurturing, beautiful breath to bring you back into your body. And then release the mantra, release the mudra, stretch up your arms, make yourself all long and tall, maybe stretch left and right, bringing some expansion into the side body, creating space between the ribs. That's really nice. You could grab one wrist and pull it to one side. And then you imagine looking up into this beautiful sun, letting the sun shine into your heart. You say yes, and you move to the other side. And then we do the same again. We bring that space into the ribs, into that side body, stretching out, looking up into a beautiful sun, letting it into our hearts and saying, yes, thank you. And then stretch back. Allow your head to fall back. Allow your shoulders to hug each other in the back, the shoulder blades. Yeah, get those shoulders back and up. Maybe roll the shoulders a little bit. Let's bring some energy into the top part of our body, into our chest, into our hearts. That's right. Expand, switch directions, move into the other direction. Breathing, bring energy and oxygen and life force into the body. That's right. Now wiggle side to side. See what do those hips want to do. They want to move a little. Could they circle even while you're sitting? Could you move that energy around just one direction? Ooh, and then in the other direction. That's right. Waking up first, second, and third chakra now. Ooh, and then if you can grab your feet, maybe massage your feet a little, touch your feet, touch your toes, say hello, feeties. Thank you for being here, for walking me through life, for carrying me day and night, for taking me on my journeys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, and now rub your hands together, create a nice lot of energy. Feel that love for yourself, for life. Okay, and then in a moment, we're going to place the hands on a part of our body that needs the love most right now. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 3. And allow those beautiful healing hands of yours to emanate that love straight into your body, into all the cells of your body, informing them of this peace and this love and this joy that you are. And then tell me how you feel. Surprise, I see that. Okay, how do you feel? How do you feel right now? I feel alive. I feel tingly. I feel enthusiastic. I don't know why, but I feel really enthusiastic. So how about you? What's going on? Someone's feeling great. Someone's feeling free. Elizabeth is feeling love. Yogi's feeling energetic in the highest frequency. Yogi's feeling calm. The other one, she's feeling very quiet. The next one's feeling silent. Daniela's feeling love and joy. Wow, huh? Isn't it wonderful how we can help ourselves and others at the same time? And isn't it wonderful how joyful it can be? I am really celebrating the fact that the paradigm has changed. It's shifted. It really is a choice now. We can choose to heal through pain, and sometimes we have to. Sometimes we need that lesson, right? And we can choose to heal through joy and see the joy in learning, the joy in growing, the joy in making mistakes, the joy of figuring out what doesn't work. Because every time we hit a no, every time we notice something that's no longer working, and you know, these last weeks and months have been epic for that. I mean, remember, 23rd of March, the portal opened, Neptune, and all Pluto coming in. We've got this all going on until the end of this year, until December. This is a gateway. And what I'm noticing is that right now, people really have a choice, and we can be that clear with them. And we can say, it's yay or nay, honey, right? There's no more maybe, or if only, and I knew, and I know. It's a yay or nay. And my mission is to bring as many people as I can with me through this gateway. Don't we want to do this in community? Don't we want to come into this new world together, strong? Not like when we were born. Remember when we were born, we were these tiny little babies. We had no freaking idea. We had no idea what we were coming into. It was the new world. That was the world. And we kind of grew up in that world. And many of us maybe even thought that that is real. This world that we grew up in is all that there is. And then we all had our different moments of awakening. Isn't it true? And usually those awakenings happen through massive pain. I mean, I definitely signed up for that. Sometimes I have to laugh at the script that I wrote for this life. I'm like, geez, Louise, do you really need all this to learn? Yeah, obviously I did. And, you know, I spent months and years, maybe even judging myself for making those mistakes, for maybe making decisions where, oh, you should have known, you should have paid attention to those red flags, but you didn't. And I used to make myself feel so bad about what had happened because I'd always be judging myself. You could have done better. You should have done this. You should have done that. And then I realized this moment when I said, you know what? I'm stopping that now, right now. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm done with putting myself down because it doesn't help. And I think part of the reason why I was putting myself down so much is a couple fold. One fold is that I'm an empath. And here's the thing, as empaths, we unfortunately have the tendency to, when we go into, for instance, a room with people, we notice all the feelings, we feel it all. And our attention will go to the person that feels worst in the room. And often we will connect to that person, then come in with a little bit of the helper syndrome, right? And we're going to go fix that person. We're going to ooze all our love into that person. And then we wonder why we feel really bad afterwards, because we're constantly connecting to what's not right. Now, then take this whole empath thing and place the empath in what was a very narcissistic world. The whole structure of this planet, the patriarchy, how it's been set up, the big companies doing all their shizzle, you know the thing, right? Put an empath in that world, and what will the empath do? The empath will not go and judge the other and say, this is not right. They might do that inside, but they'll then immediately go inside to themselves and say, what's not right with me? I'm sure many of you have heard me tell the story when I was at Tony Robbins, right? And we had to elicit our driving question in life, the unconscious one. And my unconscious question was, what the fuck is wrong with me? Because I couldn't understand, how was this constantly happening to me? How was I constantly creating situations that I did not want, right? And then that whole judgment went worse and worse and worse until I was able to shift it. And I'm not saying that shifting the question was the solution that brought the immediate result. No, shifting the question was the first step. The first step I had to take after realizing, oh my goodness, this must be some programming that I'm driving that I no longer desire. But once we've made the decision to switch and to say, okay, now my question is, how can I experience even more grace now? Oh, can I experience even more grace now? Now that I ask that question more often, I'm also experiencing more grace. But does that mean that the challenges of the narcissistic world, the structures and all that, and being, wired in a certain way, have they gone? No, they're going to stay. But now I can overcome those challenges by step for step, seeing, okay, what will work now? What can I do differently to be able to influence the situation so that the outcome is more to what I want? You know what I found? It's not so much the doing. It's who I am in those situations. And I know that when we get into a challenging situation, usually the old archaic part of us will take over, right? Because when we're in a challenging situation, we are usually running very high emotions. We're feeling a lot of things about what's happening, and say it's a challenging thing, we're usually not feeling very good about it. We'll feel a mixture out of frustrated and angry and sad and all that, right? Those are all very strong emotions on a very low spectrum. The frequency is very low, right? So we'll get more of that. We're powdering a bunch of energy with a certain frequency into a topic we don't want. Feeling that way is going to make it more like that. So what do we do? Well, here's the thing. When we realize, damn, this is challenging, woof, this is not what I wanted, what do we have to do? We have to take a step out, literally out, to go within. And then what happens then? Then it gets even worse, because we go inside and we'll feel all those emotions full blow. So what do we do then? What we do then is we take some action that changes our physiology. And that's why I started out like this. Sometimes it's just doing this and saying, okay, what else could this mean? What else could this mean? Sometimes it's doing the switch, right? Doing the switch and say, I love and accept myself, even if I feel all these emotions and I feel stuck. And I love and accept myself when I now choose to learn through joy and heal through joy. And I can do this, right? Or what else could I do? I could do my goddess breath, 30 breaths, in, out, just pump that energy through, let it go, let it go, let it go. Repeat my mantra, I choose to expand. All these things will bring that shift, so that we can actually get into a more neutral state of acceptance. Sometimes we're aiming to go right from deep despair into highest joy. That's a quantum leap. Sometimes it can work, but usually it takes acceptance first. And then from acceptance, we can move into gratitude. From gratitude, we can move into joy. And from joy, we can move into peace. Peace is one of the highest vibrations ever. So I used to associate peace with something that was a little boring. I had to acknowledge that. I noticed that part of me was always seeking the thrill, the excitement, the movement. Come on, let's get this moving, this sort of, joy of life. But I didn't realize that the peace that lies above the joy is actually even more beautiful. It's even more expansive. It's even more powerful. Then, so say we've still got this challenging situation. We've done our move. We've done something to get into a better state. When I'm in that better state, at least in the state of acceptance, that I am actually open to accept what is right now, I can go back into that situation, into that challenging one. Maybe it's a conflict with a person. And then I could just sit there or stand there or be there and do nothing. I know this sounds like, what? Do nothing? And I'm suggesting, yes, try it out. Next time you're in a situation that you've been in many different versions and variations before, and you've always reacted in a certain way, and it's usually, I don't know, us women, we usually try and fix it. We'll just, no, and we'll talk and talk and talk and talk, and we'll try and we'll do something. What if we didn't? What if we only focused on being in the best state we can be to receive, even all that shizzle that's happening? We'll just receive it. We'll just receive it and be at peace. So what I did just recently when I had a situation like that, I tried this out. I did all my breath work, I did my tapping, and I was like, I am going to stay at peace. I'm going to stay at peace regardless of what happens. And then when it all started unfolding, I just sat there. Literally, I just sat there and I breathed and I looked. I stayed totally aware of what's happening, not focused like this, not fixated, but an open look, just noticing. And inside of myself, I would repeat 3 different mantras. Nonstop, until intuition told me, now is the time to speak. And I just paid attention to that. 3 mantras that I repeated are, may I feel safe, may I feel healthy, may I feel happy, may I live life with ease, blessing the other people too. The other one was, I am love, I am eternal, I am infinite. And the third one was the Ho'oponopono. I love you, I am so sorry, please forgive me, thank you. And that's how I could keep my mind focused, right? Because it's just the mind. When you keep the mind focused on a mantra, you can focus on your breath, and you'll be able to find the state that's closest to peace, that's accessible to you in that moment. And the magic that then happens is, it's just magic, because you're letting go. You're letting go of control. You're allowing it to happen. And that sense of allowing brings us into the state of abundance, right? It's the receiving mode. It's not the running after something, holding on to something, trying to fix it. It's that, right? So that's what I wanted to share with you today, because I think that has been the most important lesson for me in these last weeks. And I would really love to hear how you feel about that. Yes, those mantras went really fast. The reason why I do that is because I say them so often, and I sometimes feel that people might be boring. So here she goes again. She said those mantras every single goddess circle. But of course, it might be your first one, Sabine. So let me repeat them. The first one is the prayer of compassion. One of my favorites, because the moment we are able to feel compassion for ourselves and others, our heart opens. And praying in compassion is a very, very beautiful thing to do, raises the frequencies and brings you to a level of peace. Just keep repeating. May I feel safe. May I feel healthy. May I feel happy. May I live life with ease. And then you bless the other. May you feel safe. May all beings feel safe. May all children and men feel safe. May all animals and plants feel safe. You can go forever into that one. Okay, that's the prayer of compassion. The next one is the love mantra. I am love. I am eternal. I am infinite. I am love. I am eternal. I am infinite. I am love. I am eternal. I am infinite. Okay. And the third one, there was the Ho'oponopono, where I always start out with, I love you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And there again, you can go into detail. You say, I love you for being here with me. I'm sorry for the pain that I've created for you. Please forgive me for misunderstanding you. Thank you for being in my life. You know, you can go in any direction with that, but it's a beautiful start. And all these mantras are not only keeping your mind focused, but while you're focusing on your breath and repeating the mantra, you're doing two things at the same time. And your conscious mind can only do one thing at a time. So what happens? Your unconscious mind opens up. And that means that you are programming your unconscious mind with these affirmations, with this new information. Now, I'm sure many of you have already also heard that, you know, affirmations don't work. It doesn't help if you just repeat affirmations the whole time. Well, no, if you just repeat affirmations and you don't do it very often, you just every now and again think of it and repeat them, you're not going to bring much shift about. But even just repeating that one affirmation in a time where you were actually not feeling well or actually going negative in your mind, you've switched, you've moved your focus to something else. So affirmations, yes, they do work. The thing about affirmations is that they're information. So to get information into our system, into our unconscious system, we need to repeat it a lot, often, and usually for 90 days. We need to do the same thing for 90 days, every single day, for our brain to learn, oh, this is a new habit. So that's where the gong comes from, the 100 days in some traditions, right? So 90 days is always a good stretch of time to implement a new habit, right? But the shift can happen with that one time that you say it. Think of it when you're maybe, I don't know, in a conflict with someone, and instead of responding from anger and frustration and grief and all the that's going on, what if in that moment you would say, I love you. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Would that bring a shift in the conversation? For sure. Even if it's only surprise from the other person who's saying, oops, what's happening now? But, you know, don't underestimate the magic of your words. Don't underestimate the magic of your thoughts. Don't underestimate the power of those two as well. And don't underestimate what happens when you get your thoughts and your breath and your feelings all in one line. And that is coherence and congruence. And whatever we are congruent with and coherent with has to unfold. When you're vibing at that same frequency, it's like that computer program. You've just created a program and you're running it. So just keep running it and the results will come. And you know, I think it was the last Goddess Circle, the one before that, we spoke about divine timing. When you make that choice to follow divine timing, and you've used the 5 elements, you know, our tapping sequence that we're going to do in a minute, to implement that divine timing, and it's a choice you make, then you will notice next time you're worrying about time, saying, oh, I'm going to be late, or will I worry? You can say, hey, I follow divine timing. What happens in your nervous system then? You go, oh yeah, right. It's all perfect. Nothing's under control. Everything is unfolding perfectly. And then we get into that sense of trust and faith, and the vibes go up again. So it's so simple, actually, isn't it? But we just got to do it. And the magic that happens when we do it together, like here in the circle, even if it's in 5D, right, is quite inexplicable, because you see, we're all these energies, all these light beings gathering together with a very clear intention. And with that very clear intention, we're constantly tuning into the space of our hearts. And when we do that, check out the peace studies. We raise the vibrations not only for ourselves, but for everyone around us. And we're noticing that in this circle. And I'd like to thank you for doing that, because I really want you to know that every single one of you matters. We couldn't do this with, I don't know, just, I mean, yeah, we could do it with 5 people, but where would that magic be? We know the magic starts after 8, right? The Power of 8, Lynn McTaggart. Who's read the book? The Power of 8, Lynn McTaggart. A must read, a great, great book. So much research and science in it is all explaining this phenomenon of what happens when people pray together, when people connect their energies with a clear intention and a beautiful energy. The Power of 8, Lynn McTaggart. I'll put it in our replay send out. So let's now tap. Okay, I hope I've triggered enough little thoughts and memories and stories inside of you. Yeah, all right. You got enough going on inside of you, enough energy there. Okay, so now let's take all that energy and channel it towards that peaceful, abundant, prosperous, healthy, fulfilling future that we desire and we all deserve. Are you ready for that? Okay, we start with the switch. We say, I love and accept myself with everything that's going on inside of me and all around me at my deepest level and from the very first time I felt this way. And I choose now to use and channel and flow all this energy and love that I am towards my heart's desires of a peaceful world. A world where I am healthy, happy, and safe, living life with ease. I am financially free. I'm connected to amazing people who are so supportive and loving and peaceful and joyful. Yeah, hey, I'm ready for this now. I'm so ready. Okay, underneath our left arm, tapping our spleen and meridian. We're tapping into the self-worth, that self-love that we know we have inside, and we're now going to fire it up, okay? And we say, beautiful future. Oh, my golden future. I love and accept myself with all my doubts, with all my lack of self-worth, with all my self-judgment, with the ways that I take myself down. It's okay. I know it's just a programming. And I am now changing that programming, for I am ready to expand into all that love that I am. And now is the time that I believe in myself and I trust myself. I trust my body. I trust the energy that I am. I trust the love that I am. Thumbs. Divine timing. The love of God. Peace. I love and accept myself with all the grief that I feel at my deepest level and from the very first time I felt sad. And I choose now to release the grief, to let it go, and to step into my power of joy. The joy that heals me, the joy that heals others, the joy that heals this world. For I am that joy. And breathe. Job. Underneath your collarbones, tap your chest bone. Divine timing, peace, acceptance, magic, and expansion. I love and accept myself with all my fears, all those fears at my deepest level and from the very first time that I felt scared. And I choose now to release these fears and to step into my power of courage. I expand into courage. I expand into love. And I am so ready now. And I am willing. And I'm able. And I can do this. And I will do this. And I'm doing it now, right now. Yes, yes, that's who I am. Okay, liver. Tap or massage your liver. Divine timing, a peaceful, joyful, beautiful, healthy world, financial freedom, my golden future. I love and accept myself with all my anger towards myself, my anger towards others, my anger towards God. It's okay. I love and accept myself with this anger. And I know that this anger only shows how much I care. and I forgive myself, and I release this anger. And I now choose to step into that power of forgiveness and peace. Peace is who I am. Peace is what I know. I am peace. Yes. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Okay, now let's cut the links, okay, to all that shizzle, the past, the pain, all that sabotage, whatever it is. Look it in the eye and say, I claim my power back. Go on, say it in your sexiest voice. I claim my power back. And I give you your power back. I claim my freedom back, and I give you your freedom back. I claim back what's mine, and I give you what's yours. I forgive you for all the pain and suffering you ever created. And I ask for forgiveness for any pain or suffering that I ever created. The past stays in the past. Say it again. The past stays in the past. That's right. And only love can connect us. I choose for love. I choose for love now. I choose for peace. I choose for acceptance. I choose for expansion. And I choose for magic, because I am magical. Mm-hmm. One more breath. Place your hand on your heart. And then tune in. Tune into those parts of your body that are touching the earth. And ask your body how it feels right now. What's changed? What's different? And then tell me how you are. I feel this sense of clarity in my vision. I sense space. And I sense serenity. I think that's changed for me. Maybe you'd like to share in the comments how you feel right now as we approach 9:44. Peace and energy, openness. Yeah, nice. Jose feels excitement. Heike feels grounded. Chris feels flow. Beate feels hopeful. Yes, amazing, amazing, amazing. That's so cool. Yes, I feel comforted, more peace, energized, bubbly energy, and grateful. I like that, Lucian. You see what happens? Isn't that so amazing that we can create this alchemy within us? And yeah, more confident, enthusiastic. That's the kind of energy we want to use for our goals, right? So right now, because you're in this wonderful energy, and I'm sure you've got something that you're working on or that you're moving towards or you're drawing in to manifest, ask yourself, what is my next best step? What is my next best step? What if I knew what my next best step is? What is the most loving thing I can do for myself right now? What is the one thing that I can do right now? And then write it down. Commit to that. Commit to taking that step today. There's something that you can do today that's going to take you closer to those wonderful heart's desires. Notice what that is. For Yogi, it's playing a handpan. Very good. Yes. But whatever it is, you know exactly what you can do right now. So write it down for yourself, commit to it and say, yes, this is what I'm going to do. Make a circle around it, make a check and say, this is happening. I do this. This is what I do. So Caroline's going to walk in nature. Jose's going to take action. Write down the action you're going to take, right? Write down the specific action. That's great. Beate is going to go into her garden. Lisbeth is going to live in trust. So that would be a beautiful mantra that you could breathe with. I live in trust. Trust, trust, trust. Play with the words that are coming through. Lily's going to declutter. Carmelita's also going to garden. I was gardening yesterday with my mom in her garden. And as we were weeding, she has this little rock garden, actually big rocks that you can also sit on. And we were planting new little succulents around it. And before we could plant the succulents, we had to weed. So we were pulling the weeds and it was really nice. You know, we were weeding in silence. And then I hear my mom say, oh, well, you never bloomed. You might as well go. She was talking to a plant. You never bloomed, so you might as well go. And I heard that, and it really made me smile and laugh. And I thought, well, isn't it true? Isn't it true that our main purpose in life is to bloom? But if we never bloom because we're so scared that because we know after we bloom, at some point the cycle of, going inside and going again is coming, we're never going to get to our peak. We've got to have that courage to keep going for the blooming, because we don't know how big we can blossom, can we? And we won't know until we start doing it. So that's why it's just really letting go of the fear, every little fear, because in truth, it is only love or fear. The decisions that we make come either from love or from some kind of fear. And the fear can be a sense of lack, all the other fears that we have, right? We know, we don't have to talk about those. So that's the only choice. And when we decide, I am choosing love every single minute of the day, it's a powerful command that our brain will pick up and our body will pick up. And then suddenly we start thinking those loving thoughts. And then from those loving thoughts, we have loving beliefs. And when we have those loving beliefs, we can take loving actions. And then those loving actions and beliefs and thoughts become habits. And then suddenly we are that love. So I see it. That's my plan. So I love Karen is going to update her LinkedIn to show herself. Yes, it's time we all show ourselves. And that's also why I'm so excited about June 9 to 11, when we have our 2.5 days of sacred sisterhood in the Golden Goddess Retreat. I don't even know what magic is going to happen. I know so many of you that are coming, and I'm very, very excited that we also have a dear friend of mine coming who we can do some energy healing on. We're going to do group healings, right? And we're going to have a channel that will help us move that all through. So we're all going to amplify. I know it. I know that on Sunday, when you go home, you'll have those wings, and those wings will not be clipped anymore, because the Golden Goddess wings, I've seen them. I saw them in my meditation the other day. They have these golden tips. So I did this meditation, and the prompt was to see the animal that comes through. And it was this dove. And then I was given the prompt, but look closer, Joy, look close at this dove. Because I was like, yeah, white peace dove, nice peace, whatever, right? Boring peace. But then I looked closer and I saw, this dove has golden sparkles on her wings. I was like, that is so beautiful. And that's how I see us flying out of the Goddess Retreat, with those golden sparkles, because those golden sparkles for me symbolize that protection and that decision that we have wings and they're flying, and nobody's going to clip those wings anymore. Not even ourselves are we going to clip them. We're going to really just do the expansion, that also that trust fall. Think of the bird when it falls out of the nest the first time. It's a trust fall. And that trust fall is what we're up for now. And I know that together we will make it through these challenging months until December as our world restructures itself. We're going to see all the old structures falling away. We know that everything that is not authentic, that is not done with integrity, is going to go. So do it like Lily. Declutter. Declutter not only your apartments, your wardrobes, your environment. Declutter also those limiting beliefs. Declutter the stories of the past. At some point, really, every single one of us has to decide to be done with something, to close a portal, to say, okay, I've experienced that again and again. I've whacked my head against the wall. I don't know how often. How many more times do I need that? I don't. I'm now going to shift my perspective and go a different direction. And that I know can feel scary, but I also know that that's when the biggest changes and the biggest expansions happen. So that was my pep talk for you all today. And I want you to know that I really love you, and I can feel your presence, and I notice your presence in so many different moments of my days. When it's, I don't know, a little bit of gold turning up, or an image, a smell, a sound that reminds me of our sacred circle here. It gives me so much security and so much support in such a gentle way that I am with Jane Fonda when she, in many of her interviews, when they ask her, you know, how did you get this all done? How did you live this amazing life? How did you do it? She said, well, I could never have done it without my sisters. My women friends, the network that gives me strength. And I've said those things for many years too, and I just want to say it again. And I feel so proud and happy that we are such a big, beautiful network. And I know we're growing and growing and growing. I know that there are a lot of beautiful people, also men, who are watching our replays on YouTube. And that's beautiful. And I trust that everyone who watches us will take with them that feeling of joy and love that we're here to spread. So thank you. Does anyone here have something they would like to share? Now would be a good time. I'm going to remove the spotlight off me so I can see all of you again. Would you like to say something? Then please raise your hand and unmute yourself. There we got Nicole would like to say something. Go for it.
Thank you, Joy. And thank you, Joy, that you always say something in Facebook. And I want all of the girls, the Golden Goddess, they go to Salzburg. I wish you all the magic that is possible. I love you all.
Thank you. And you know what? I'm sure we will somehow make it happen, that we can at least Zoom one of our meditations or gatherings so that we can bring you in for those of you who can't come physically, right? So I'm sure we'll make that happen. You'll feel this, honey. You'll feel that energy coming over and you'll all benefit from it. I promise. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you. Anybody else? Would you like to say something? Oh, there we go. We've got Yogi.
I want to thank you for helping us starting the week like this. It's so very important. I've learned a lot, but especially to remind what we all know, but we forget because we are busy and we have things to do. And I don't like missing this beginning of the week. I thank you so very much. And I think I can speak for everyone. So we need to take time to think about how we want our life and not let it happen by accident. So thanks.
Beautifully said, honey. Thank you so much. Thank you. I see Denise has a question. Denise, will you unmute yourself? Is it Denise Trouvé? I've got so many people here that I'm not sure if I asked the right one. But Denise, whatever it is, go ahead and ask your question. There you go.
Hi. At the retreat, my daughters can participate.
How old are you?
They have 12 and 15.
I love that you're asking that question. And yeah, I would love them to participate. And here's what I've been thinking, because this is what I've been pondering on, how much I include Grace, who's 14, my daughter. Oh, she's turning 14, she's 13, sorry. How much I include her. And last week, a beautiful goddess is signed up with her two daughters, but they are 19 and 18, I think, right? And when she already signed up with her daughters, I said, I've got to bring Grace too. Now that you're asking, I'll make you a promise. If you bring your daughters, I'll bring mine. Okay? And for your daughters, of course, I would like to extend the Mother Day gift. So if you yourself have signed up and you want to bring a daughter or a mom, they come for $3.99. So you don't pay the full price. Okay?
Okay.
It's also because we have quite high costs that we have to pay the hotel, and I can't let those go. Otherwise, the retreat costs me. But I would love to extend that offer to you. So just send me an email at joy@joymartina.com, and we'll put you on the list, and you'll get your separate invoice because we can't do that through the automatic system. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
That's wonderful. I look forward to that. You know, the more we are, the merrier to a limit, right? With the, depending on the space, but we have so much space there. The seminar room that I booked, and I haven't changed. I could have made it smaller, but I've left it the big one. It's epic. It's like this beautiful loft. We look out into nature, so we can really have enough space, yeah, to all lie down, to do our ceremonies, to do our creative work, to dance, to this space. And yeah, I think we can definitely have a young gang, and we'll have all generations there, and that's how it should be. Because when us women heal together, I mean, I can't even tell you the magic that happens when we heal with our mothers or daughters or children. It's really, we're doing epic ancestral cleansing and clearing and uplifting, and yeah, I get goosebumps when I just talk about it. So thank you for asking that question, Denise. Okay, anyone else? We've got 3 minutes to go. Anybody else got a question, an insight? There we go. Jose, what's your question?
I don't have a question. I want to tell that I was about to go to Salzburg. Everything was ready in my head. I managed things, and I said already to Mirella, reserve a spot for me in the hotel. Of course, I'm coming too, but planning in my work doesn't allow it. It is not possible for me, unfortunately. But I wish everyone a very nice time in Salzburg who goes.
Thank you. We will definitely have that. And thank you for your wishes. That's very nice of you. Okay, my darlings. I'd say let's gather all the energy in. Feel grateful for who we are in this world. Feel grateful for each other. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And may you have a magical, peaceful, accepting, and expansive week as you every day in every way draw in what you need and manifest your heart's desires with grace. Thank you. Thank you so much for being my friend. See you next week, darlings. Bye-bye.